people feels more likely.
That sounds good to me. So let's go ahead and run through some questions. We've got about 7 minutes left. And the stream on YouTube just, I think, stopped working. Get questions. Guys, I'm sorry about the YouTube. I do not know why Restream did this or how that works. So we will have to go ask Austin and Clay how to make this system actually not crap out in the middle of a live stream. But if there are any questions, I guess post them in the Discord or on the Telegram, and we'll try to go from there. Otherwise, let's run through. Are there any questions that we haven't already hit? I don't think there are. Yeah. Adam, any questions? You've been following this? Tao and I have been going off on some crazy tokenomics stuff.
Me?
So, yeah.
Dude, I never have any idea what you guys are ever talking about. Ever.
Yeah. I figured.
Yeah, no.
How did you get into this? I came into this just for a really off-the-wall background. Have you always been an economics guy?
Yeah, I have. So I mean, I started studying mathematics, but thought economics and finance was a better way to apply mathematics than kind of like the abstract way on which like the scientific path takes you.
Hey, Rob, I got a question for you. Oh, I'm sorry, Ty.
Yeah.
I didn't mean to interrupt you.
No, go ahead. Very curious.
It's could we see collateralized debt markers backed by Resonate FNFTs? And that comes from Renora.
Collateralized debt markers. I don't entirely understand what that means, but I
collateralized
think...
debt market.
Market. Oh, collateralized.
Sorry.
Backed by Revest FNFTs? Sure. It's absolutely something down the line that I think would be doable. It's not something we're focused on right now with Resonate, but absolutely. I think FNFTs could work real well for uncollateralized lending if you were to set up AAA institutions with each other and give them an on-chain way to represent loans. But that's more of a question for a Revest stream. Let's keep this one to Velodrome, Resonate, what we're up to. All right. Tao, that is I could see how that trajectory would work. I was originally doing a PhD in mechanical engineering before I dropped out. So I understand the fascination with partial differential equations, the math brain, for lack of a better term.
Yeah, honestly, I can't imagine a more interesting place to work in than crypto at the moment if you are at all interested in anything related to economics. I mean, it's kind of like a place that's redefining or at least recreating economics. Sometimes you find cases where you end up going back to what was working already, but in many instances, there is a lot of fascinating innovation happening. So, it's really, really fun to watch. And also where you can, leverage skills from all kinds of fields, right? Like, I don't want to say it's all economics. In fact, I'd say, as you guys mentioned earlier, Velodrome has been successful also, I mean, in a very large part because we've been continuing to stay, very active on socials, making sure that people know that we're there, supporting our community. Initially the app was, we still have some smaller bugs that we have to deal with, and we just continue to plow. Alex has been an amazing leader, kind of getting the project together, getting us all aligned, pulling again all types of skills, the contract devs with people more on the business side, and bringing kind of like that into a cohesive story. And then we put our best face forward, of course, but in the back end, we're always kind of dealing with something, which is a really cool part as well. You have these teams that there is no slack, right? That's something that I actually really like about crypto. There's zero slack. Everybody's contributing. everybody's doing what they need to do. There are no employees that are just sitting around and like clocking it in, right? We all have to do what needs to be done because we don't have extra capacity.
I got another question from Mr. E, and that is, how does Resonate help Velodrome in an extended bear market?
So I would say at that point that Resonate offers Velodrome the liquidity. I don't see Velodrome being hit. Velodrome, we are all already in a bear market. Let's throw that out there just to begin. We're already in an extended bear market. But getting that liquidity locked in and locked down for, a month at a time or 2-3 months at a time, depending on which pool you're looking at, to me, that is, and I want to hear your take, Tao, as well. To me, that is again, shocks to the system. If, let's say, I don't know, Chinese housing market collapses in the next 2 weeks and Velodrome has locked up into Resonate, everyone panics. Everyone flips a shit and loses their minds. So it's time to sell. And this is an interesting thing that a lot of people don't realize about last night. But even with these projects that had lots of locked up tokens, there's a few examples I can use. Out of just sheer respect, I will not use them. But we saw projects have 30% of their liquidity pulled, and in that 30%, what would happen is people pull that liquidity, they turn around, they take the governance tokens, pull it right back into the pool they just pulled from. So this was actually a pretty big token on Phantom. I actually had their lead dev tell me all about this story, and everyone's wondering, well, how is this happening? Aren't all the tokens locked? All the tokens are locked, like a 70% lock rate. Well, that's how. The liquidity tokens, if they're not locked up and people panic for whatever reason, it turns into a death spiral. Death spiral is a strong word. It turns into a spiral effect. People see other people pulling and selling, they panic, and you end up with something of a prisoner's dilemma. You've managed to convince a significant amount of people to lock up their liquidity tokens because you're paying them up front. When that panic cycle hits, there's not much unlocked liquidity to panic. And so by the time that it unlocks, the moment of fear has passed. And now you're in a much better. That's what Resonate does. It offers a buffer. It makes it so that groups like Velodrome, they don't have to worry about that kind of a crazy bank run because it's locked. Tao, do you have anything to add? Would you have anything to slap on top of that?
Yeah, exactly. I mean, as you say, we were born in the bear market. This is kind of like the Bane meme. That's all we've known at Velodrome. So we're familiar with the bear market. We're born in it. In fact, we were born just around the Luna crash day. So that was our lunch. So we're familiar with it. It's if we do have a really extended bear market, it's going to be all about sort of surviving the bear market, right? And the model is one that is designed to be sustainable, and you guys will help us also increase the sustainability and, as you say, kind of buffer a bit some of the bigger movements, especially on the liquidity side. I don't know, Alex, if you have any other points of like how to survive the bear market. It's about staying as a team, just kind of continuing on.
I'd add in that your point about teams really did resonate with me. I mean,
It resonated.
It resonated.
Shut up. Get out of here. Get out of here. You're horrible. You should feel bad. You should feel bad for that.
I don't.
Anyways, no, I get that. Like we have that same thing. Everyone pulls weight. Everyone is constantly moving, and it is the greatest feeling of all time. I think there is something, and I think that actually brings us to a pretty good place to sum up and kind of end on, which is.
I got one more question from a.
All right. Give me the question, then we'll come back because I want to.
Crypto Matt from Twitter wants to know how is Resonate going to grow?
How is Resonate going to grow? So We grow by making friends with people like these. These guys are fantastic. That what they've built is fantastic, and they have everyone on their platform as potential customers for us. That's the thing, is when we go and we make friends with somebody who owns a DEX, owns a strong runs, somebody who runs a farm, anyone who has a platform that they are accruing others liquidity into and generating economic value, Resonate can then go to everyone else downstream and say, hey, you've got this platform, it's already working for you, or you're already reducing, your emissions through it. Come on, get on board. We'll set something up for you. So we have, I think the term I've heard is network marketing. I believe that's the correct term. And I mean, that's why we have the biz dev team we do. That's why Adam here has, what is it, 5 guys running around? Knocking on every single door they can get to.
Yeah, currently 40% of our team is business development. So these guys reach out to protocols
33%.
all day, every day. What's that?
33%.
6 out of 15? That would be 40%. At least with my calculator, but
Hey, you're right, it is 6.
But
Okay. Yeah.
they talk to every protocol they can. They talk to people that those protocols introduce us to, and we're constantly meeting new people. Currently, we're engaged with mid 3 figures of protocols to start deploying onto Resonate, or even introduce us to other people that plan to deploy. So we got a lot going on.
All right. So I think we can go ahead and head toward that last discussion point, which is future. To me, I'm just gonna, I want to hear your guys' take on this, but when I'm looking at the state of DeFi right now, and this is kind of a very closing talking point, I'm looking at these big guys who've been around for a while, and I'm seeing that after this past bull, so that means that guys who are in our shoes, who are these new up and coming protocols, we're in an excellent position to go out there and be the next protocols. So that to me is what the future looks like. The future looks like spreading this where I imagine you guys have similar views. There is a lot of growth to be had. So, I mean, if you guys have any comments in that vein, love to hear them. Otherwise, this has been fantastic. What's y'all's vision?
Yeah. I mean, to be honest, from my point of view, DeFi is going to be enormous eventually. And I agree with you. I think at the moment, some of the bigger protocols are either so big that they need to move slowly, or they have now a really, kind of either design or not, they have DAOs that perhaps kind of keep them moving very methodically or not at all in some cases. So us as kind of like the new, more nimble protocols or more nimble projects get a chance to kind of do all this, kind of like try different things. Sometimes, hit our heads against the wall if something isn't working, but they try again because we don't have the, as many kind of breaks on our systems yet. So I do see here the opportunity to continue innovating. Obviously, DeFi has a long way to go. You still get users coming in, and it's confusing for the majority of people. And I understand why it can be really confusing and not as intuitive. So I think that's sort of our goal, right? To make it as easier as possible for people to use and to do whatever they want to do, right? If it's to make money, then we help them, kind of give them the tools to do so. Right now, it feels like it's very much infrastructure, so it's okay if it's complex. We consider Velodrome to be sort of like a layer of infrastructure, basically for protocols. But of course, it's also open for any retail users. Whoever wants to use it, they can come in, right? That's the whole point. So yeah, I honestly think that the level of opportunity is, off the charts. We just need to kind of survive these cycles, just be patient, it'll come, and continue building. And honestly, again, the people that I'm working with, it's the best team that I've ever worked with, and it's a lot of fun to do so. So I'm very pumped for what's the future.
All right. 100% on board with that. All right, Alex, you got anything to add, or?
No, I just I appreciate you guys having us on and the great conversation. Looking forward to everything we'll be building together in the months to come.
I'm so excited to be working with you guys, and it's been an absolute pleasure hosting you. And we look forward to continuing to develop this relationship and hopefully meet up in person sometime.
That'd be awesome.
You guys have a fantastic afternoon. Thank you to everyone so much who watched. I'm sorry about the YouTube. We'll get it fixed next time. Y'all take care and have a great week.